Around? He has left. I believe he wrote a circular against the 100% borrowing.
Right.
And they call it in the market Sartan.
Yes.
You know. And he wrote a circular, and we have many people in prison. If you have not paid, the police takes you there to prison because of this. But this is not being followed. The circular he wrote, you know. Somebody goes and opens a case and said, I borrowed this person this amount, he has not paid me, put him in prison. This is very common now in Juba. We hope that comes to a stop. Okay, I think we release the minister. Thank you very much. Is there somebody from Ministry of Justice? You know, you in the States, you have Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs and Parliamentary and Legal Affairs. How does this ministry work with the state legal administration? What, do they have a connection? Or they're working parallelly? Yes, you are there. Can you explain how these two institutions should work in the state? Because the Ministry of Justice sends legal administrators to the states. And the states have ministries, or each has a Ministry of Parliamentary and Legal Affairs. Do they connect?
Thank you, Your Excellency, for this opportunity. I'm Taban Emmanuel, Minister of Parliamentary and Legal Affairs in Central Equatoria. And the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, by its nature, coordinates between the three arms of the government. But unfortunately, as a result of a constitutional matter, in the state, we only have the executive, and we have the legislature. When it comes to the judiciary, it is represented by the legal administration and public prosecution office in the state, and the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs coordinate and collaborates with the legal administration, and the legal administration, for that matter, is the legal advisor for the state government. So, as Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs, we coordinate very closely, but of course, because we are not directly connected to them, there are some areas at times where we find it very difficult to work together.
But your ministry, it is not just parliamentary affairs. It is Ministry of Parliamentary and Legal Affairs. Two departments.
Yes.
Two major.
I thought I mentioned it. I thought I mentioned it because the Constitution says the two institutions at the state level are the executive and the legislature. But now with the connection of the legal affairs, that's where now we are able to coordinate with the legal administration in the state. Thank you.
Okay, well. Anyway, yes, if somebody can help.
Yeah, I want to take people back to when we drafted the South Sudan Constitution 2011. the transitional constitution. Before it, judiciary and justice, which was legal affairs by then, was decentralized. But when we were drafting the constitution for the new independent state, it was decided that these two institutions must be centralized. And that is why in 2011, there were ministries of legal affairs in all the states, but they were dissolved immediately after the independence. So, because on the basis of decentralization, and as the Minister of Justice said before, only the Minister of Justice that is responsible for legal advice in this country at all levels. Now, the question will be the constitutionality of the legal affairs that is appearing, and I think it is in some states, not all the states. So the states who have added legal affairs in their ministries have to justify where did they get this one. Because these institutions, justice and judiciary, are actually centralized. And in the state of Central Equatoria, the judiciary is represented by the High Court.
Let me interrupt you. All the 10 states, each has a ministry of parliamentary and legal affairs. That's the name in the 10 states.
Okay, what is the legal source?
It's the agreement.
Oh, the agreement.
Yes.
Then unless it is in the agreement, that is what I don't know. But otherwise.
Now the question I'm asking,
the
state legal administration, which is a branch of the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, does it have a link with that ministry in the state?
Yeah, of course, then they can cooperate, but otherwise, the best way will be to amend the constitution, okay, such that you again decentralize the justice system. Because the legal advisor in the state is the head of legal administration is the top legal advisor in the state, constitutionally.
Not the minister.
Not the minister.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question in the areas we covered, or do I bring the share of elections? And I think let me bring the share of elections. National Election Commission.